right, I'm gonna start hauling parts down. You can do a song and dance
Something.
to keep them entertained. I mean, I'll be able to hear and talk, but we got to get a monitor and a mouse and a keyboard.
Part of the reason I came to visit was actually to deliver this. So I've been building the new filters for the Phoenix. So I've ordered these from HEPA, they're custom. And then I have 3D printed tail ends for it. And so gluing these all together makes a complete new filter for the Phoenix.
Wait, you can order custom HEPA filters?
From the HEPA Corporation.
What?
Yeah.
I think I might need to look into this for some of the filters on the 1401 tape units. That is amazing.
Oh yeah. Talk to me. I'll hook you up with the contacts and everything. If it's a rectangular shape like this, they can knock it out really easily. And I ordered quantity 10, and it was about $100 each.
Nice.
Door opens, monitor gets set on the ground, door closes.
Oh, I thought he was running AIM. Nobody gets that.
All right, this is gonna be a little loud. I gotta blow the dust out of this Dell. So if you hear the air compressor, I apologize.
I can't see what's going on in the chat.
There will be a mention in this week's video of talking about the Phoenix, what's in the Centurion, what's planned.
It's definitely rising from the ashes.
So part of the reason I'm doing this is that there's another Centurion up in Seattle that I've been working with, and that one, the filter that came with it is actually completely capacity friendly.
The audio quality kind of blows, pun intended. Mxshift, we're not going to be able to hear you until that finishes.
Sorry, I'm headed inside. Only temporarily inside, though. I still need a keyboard and stuff.
Part of the reason I'm building these filters is that there's a computer museum in Seattle that has a Centurion that only has a Phoenix. And the air filter that came with that is completely black. So we weren't even going to try turning it on until we had new filters for it.
Even at $100 a pop, that isn't too bad, considering the low volume of them being made.
Yeah. And they offered the pricing gets much better at like quantity 100, but considering there's only 2 known operating Phoenixes in the world, I don't think we need 100 of them.
That is true. You'd be storing filters for quite a while.
I've started asking other folks about other filters that we might want to.
All right, audio quality should be a lot better now.
It is until we both talk at the same.
Okay.
Door open, door close.
So the Interim Computer Museum in Seattle has a CPU 6 Centurion.
I hope your USB mouse works.
It's Windows 2000. It should be okay.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to clear off your super awesome filter here. which we're gonna build up and put in the Centurion tomorrow, or put in the Phoenix probably tomorrow. Because I'm just running the like old school original one. All right, has the stream crashed yet?
Six
No,
times
but
when we
it-
fixed it.
It did drop down to 160p at one point.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Yeah, Woodchuck, we got a guest going on tonight. This is Mxshift. He's come down to help. And this is what we're gonna muck about with because neither of us are firing on all cylinders at the moment, so
It's been a busy day.
it has been. And neither of us slept very well last night. You because you had jet lag, me because my brain doesn't know how to slow down. It doesn't understand what sleep means anymore. All right, so I think what we need to do is we need to get the hard drive out first and foremost. I have no idea how to do that on these things.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, there'll
screwdriver.
be a down below the 5 1/4 drive cages. You'll see a tab that sticks out. I think there's a screw in that. You remove that, and then the whole 3 1/2 gauge will slide backwards.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you guys like
He's.
legitimately remember the Optiplex.
Oh yeah.
I serviced many of them.
They were workhorses.
Yeah. If you need to get something off of the front removed, there may be a screw under the front. There's plastic tabs, I think, that you have to push down to release the front panel, and the front panel will come off.
Rotate?
Rotate. Yes, it does.
There it goes.
And then it comes in from the bottom.
I mean, we could leave it in.
I actually don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? It's a.
IDE.
I'm trying to figure out how big it is.
Oh.
It didn't seem obvious.
Probably maybe 8 gig.
Yeah, this doesn't actually. This is one of the old Maxters that doesn't list the size.
Yeah, but we get
what's the-
cylinders, sectors, and heads.
What's the model number?
91366U4. But yeah, it's probably only a couple gig.
It's 13662
I don't know. What does that mean?
megabytes. It's 13. It's
13
it's
gigs?
13 gigabytes. 13.6 gigabytes.
1.3
Weird
gig.
size. Oh, 1.3 gig. Gotcha. That still seems like a strange size to me. All right, we're gonna come back to this.
It's 13.6 gigabytes.
Okay, so
Right.
I bought a little thing that should allow us to just dump this on Linux. I didn't own one of these. I actually ordered this specifically for this purpose.
It's also sacrilege in this room.
Yeah, it's like everything. This is all way too new for me. Which feels strange talking about an old Dell Optiplex, but like, yeah, this is very much so out of my wheelhouse. All right, I'm gonna plug that in. So if it's 1 point something gigs,
No, it's 13.
oh, it's 13 gigs.
It's 13. I was wrong. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 13.6. If you're going to use DD to dump an image of it,
That's going to take a while, I feel.
Well, what you want to do is you want to set the block size to like 100 megabyte. So 100 capital M.
Yeah,
I can
somebody's
put
going
a
to have to walk
DD
me through that.
command in chat for you.
Okay.
Hey, Nuka,
Yeah.
let's suggest DD Rescue rather than just DD.
Yeah, there possibly could be some bad sectors on this drive.
But just because that lets you restart.
But which DD rescue?
If you had a Clonezilla ISO, that would be a great way to make an image of it.
I do not.
Well, we're on Linux anyway, so it'll be easy enough to run DD Linux. Or DD Rescue.
Let me double check how much space I got.
Which DD Rescue? Whichever one that his distro has.
I got 150 gigs free. Okay.
Well, there's like a new version and a later version.
I actually don't know which one I've used in the past.
All right, here we go. Let's spin this bad boy up for the first time in who knows how many years. What's up, Stick 3132? Oh, thanks for joining for the first time, man. Oh, and we've got the van. You're here. That's good. You know what's going on with the Dell Optiplexes. I tell you what, before we get too deep into this, let me pull up Twitch chat on this laptop so I can see what you guys are talking about. Oh, come on. Just get big for me. Thank you.
On the Friday night Twitch channel, I dropped a link to the technical details for the disc if you're interested.
Okay. I am interested, but we'll get there in a second. Let me pop out chat here. Close you. All right, so now I should be able to see what you guys are saying over on Twitch. Today, we were like mucking about with the Centurion. Great, thanks. Now I got to update Discord. We were mucking about with the Centurion playing multiplayer Snake and whatnot. And I was like, oh, I wonder what time it is. And I looked down and it's like 9:25. I was like, oh crap, we got to get ready for the stream. So I am very unprepared tonight because we were just having a blast playing with the Centurion. We got everything fully powered up and running with the exception of the Phoenix. And I think the Phoenix was having... Were you telling them about when you talk, I can't hear it in my headphones, so I didn't hear a word you said when I was out of the room.
Interesting.
Well, because your mic's coming in through my laptop.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was telling him about the Phoenix filter.
Oh, okay. So I was having weird problems with the Phoenix once upon a time when I shut it down. And it was... like I'd try to spin it up and I would get like weird flickering problems, and if I had it plugged into the controller card or not, sometimes I would have issues. And I think what was happening is that the existing 20 amp circuit that's in here that I was plugged into is not grounded. So I think we were having weird floating ground between the Phoenix drive and the CPU 6. So hopefully we've got better grounding going on, and I need to run a ground thing. All right, this Nuki. So you've got HD Sentinel going on here. I'm not sure. Oh, that's the drive info. Gotcha.
That's the drive info. I think Charles said to grab GDD Rescue on Mint is the package.
Okay. I wonder if I can just do a sudo apt get GDD rescue. We'll see if it finds it.
Install. Apt-get install.
There we go. Did find it. Yeah, I think Nuki, we're gonna just image the whole drive. I haven't spun it up yet. So there's a little power switch right here. So I think we're ready.
Yep.
Where does the power switch go? There it goes.
There it goes. You should be able to run sudo dmessage.
There it is.
There you go. It just showed up.
Yeah, it just popped up. OJ.
Oh yeah. It may want to mount it automatically.
It did.
It did. Yeah. OJ projects. Ooh, that's all fun. 1035 AES. That's a bitmap. I should be able to view bitmaps, right?
All right. Well, first thing, let's get a good image of it.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay. Yeah. We should. Yep. We need to get an image of it, and then we can tool around later.
So in terminal window.
What am I doing? Go away. Here we are.
to LSBLK.
Come on, fingers. Do what I'm telling you to do.
So that should be this SDB,
Okay.
which has 2 partitions. So
Okay.
then now we should have GDD rescue. Make sure that runs. Okay.
Found
Oh yeah, just DD rescue.
DD rescue.
Okay, cool.
Nothing input output
So
file.
DD rescue, and this is the most confusing command line ever. So don't worry about trying to understand what it is.
Okay.
IF equal /dev /SDB space OF
Yeah. It's not that
equal
confusing.
whatever you want.
Let's call it the Optiplex.img.
And then probably space BS equal 1M. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Might have to run it as sudo.
Isn't there a flag to print hashes, or do you want to do that?
Well, you can do space status equal progress.
Yeah, it would be nice to know if it's like running.
Yeah.
All right. Here goes.
Too many files. What? Oh, did they just change the?
85 TKR asks, what about -R3?
Oh, it doesn't. They gave up on. GNU gave up on the DD flags. So it just does in file, out file, and then
And then you've got some options here.
right.
I don't see anything in here that says status or anything.
I think it just automatically does this.
Okay. And I don't see a block size thing. I got a sector size.
Shouldn't need it.
You shouldn't
It's
need it.
designed-
It's just with DD, it makes some default assumption. But DD rescue, it's fine.
Yeah, hang on. Just to save me a little bit of. So I don't need the IFOF equals the input file and output file
Yep.
equals.
And then the other flags are gone.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. Let me scoot that over so I can see Twitch chat. Copying non-tried blocks. Percent rescued. 2.8%. 3%. That's actually going faster than I was expecting for a 13 gig hard drive.
It's an ATA 66 interface drive, so it's fairly speedy.
It's pulling about 24 megabytes a second.
Uh-oh. Unaligned read error. The sector size correct. Did we shake the table? Should that cause a problem?
Well,
Should
I
fix
heard a
it.
ding that sounded like the USB went away and came back.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah, that's a problem with these sometimes.
Yeah. All right, let's run it again. Will it overwrite the image file, or do I need to go delete it?
I'm not sure.
It should recover.
They didn't get very far, so you can
Yeah.
just delete it.
Yeah, we got 787 megs.
It is a 7,200 RPM drive, so it is fairly fast and noisy.
Yeah, the USB went away.
Yep.
If it happens again, run dmessage and see what's happening.
Yeah, we don't have it on. It's not showing up at all.
So do sudo space dmessage. MESGA. Yeah. Almost like the little controller went wild.
It's
You may need to power cycle the controller and drive.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
How big is that power adapter that came with with that thing?
I don't know, 12 volts, 2 amps or something like that.
That's 24 watts. Should be okay. The drive draw 12, so the drive will draw an amp.
Okay. Spins up fast. There we go.
Actually,
Automatic.
required power to spin up is 1.5 amps.
Oh, do you still want to run that?
Nah, that's fine.
I was just gonna go straight back to this guy right here. And then
No touching the table.
don't touch the table. Yeah. I'm not worried about like touching the table causing the drive to skip. I'm worried about the connection on the thing back there going slightly wonky. Yeah, Phillips, it's a Maxter drive. If you look in the Friday night chat, Nuka Nuki posted a link to the information. Yeah, TechAV, I hope that's not what's happening, that it's saturating and giving up. But it's entirely possible. We'll see if it gets beyond 10% or so. I don't remember what percentage it was at when it gave up last time.
Well, it's already at over a gigabit, so.
Yeah, it was 700 meg. It got last time.
Yeah. Oh, and we're already up to 1.4 gigs.
Right.
So yeah, we've. I was trying to figure out where you were seeing the gig.
Oh yeah,
the rescued.
Where you are in the input, where you're in the output, how much is rescued.
So
and these will
are
show up if it has any errors.
So why do we have? Oh, non-tried is what's remaining.
Remaining.
Effectively.
Yep.
Okay. That's a fun way to write it. Non-tried. Well, this is like watching paint dry.
So that you know why DD in general has such weird command line options?
Because it's a herald to the Unix era from the 60s.
It goes earlier than that. That's IBM job control language.
Oh, there you go. It is a speedy drive, man. I heard 13 gigs, and I thought it was going to take us like an hour to dump it. But we're already at 20%.
It's it can do up to 66 megabytes a second.
Yeah, we seem to be averaging 24 megs a second.
How full was the drive?
Not a clue.
But the way we're imaging it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, you're gonna
we
get the
should
whole-
image everything. Yeah.
You'll find all of his deleted files if you go looking.
Yeah. I asked him, like, so I met him yesterday when I was picking up Mxshift at the airport. And on the way, I swung by the Stulk Labs to talk to him and buy a vacuum pump for the Bowman from him. I asked him, I was like, is there anything you need off that drive? And he's like, nope. And I was like, we're going to image it to, save the software because, I'm not sure if there's any of that jail software around anymore. And he goes, I can give you the number of the guy who wrote that software. Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah, but he was like, no, I don't care. He goes, you're gonna find all my old Spectra files on there.
Well, that's cool.
That's cool.
All right.
Hey, you'll have examples to know if you have it aligned.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, maybe.
This is the microprose from the late 70s.
Yeah, so it gave up at 36% this time, and it disconnected the USB.
I think that's the USB adapter, not the drive, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so. Ooh, buffer IO. So can we slow it down so that we don't choke it out? Because it feels like that's what we're doing.
If you have a USB 2 port, well, that'll still be 48 megabits or megabytes a second. That's not really going to slow it down much.
Yeah. You're driving
could,
at this point.
you could try a different port on the laptop.
I did. I swapped ports. So it
JBEF
didn't
says
seem
do
to
the
make a
reverse
difference.
thing.
What's the reverse thing? The reverse?
Oh, so normally DD Rescue copies starting from block 0 to block N,
Oh, okay.
and then it will go back and try anything that failed. It'll come back the other direction. And
But we can't do anything right now because the USB device has been disconnected. The drive doesn't exist anymore.
right. I was trying to see if it had a way to slow it down, but
I mean, do we think it's a power problem? Like, if we think it's a power problem,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're saturating the USB.
I don't think it's the saturating USB. It's getting a drive error, but that's, I think, from the adapter, not the drive itself.
Okay.
Is the adapter chip physically getting warm?
It's inside of a metal case and everything.
Oh, okay. I thought it was one of the plastic ones.
Yeah.
Those aren't the greatest. Is that a USB 2 or 3 one?
Oh, I don't know. It was a cheap one on Amazon, so that's
No, it's. I have a few of them. It's hard to tell which ones are good and which ones aren't. And the only thing I've done, if I suspect it's a power issue, was I use a PC supply, but it doesn't seem like that's what this is.
So this is a USB 3. Let me try it on my laptop and see what happens.
Yeah, let's do that. Then we gotta figure out how to get a 13 gig file from your laptop to my laptop. I'll just let you log into my server, actually. Here you go. I don't know which USB cable you want to plug that into.
You just need a big enough thumb drive.
Yeah. Well, so the server that I have that I keep everything on is actually a Mxshift server. He donated it probably 3 years ago, something like that. And so it'll be like a reunion if I can get him to log into my server. God, that thing spins up fast.
But it is, the 7200 RPM desktop drives were pretty good back then.
Yeah.
Wait till you see it 10,000.
The crazy ones were Western Digital had some 2.5-inch 15K desktop drives just before SSDs became popular.
I imagine those things sound amazing. Philip, we can't try a retry loop on this one because when it stops, it fully disconnects the USB device, and then you have to power cycle it before it redetects that USB device.
Yeah, that's why I think it's the USB adapter. It's actually dropping off the USB bus and then coming back after the controller restart. The USB controller restarts.
Yeah.
And plugging and unplugging doesn't bring it back. You have to power cycle it to bring it back, right?
Yeah.
Well, when it comes back, it registers on the USB device, but it only registers a SCSI generic device. It's not registering the block device.
Yeah, that's definitely the USB controller flaking out.
But that could also be the host controller.
So if we can't do it this way, can we plug the Dell into my network and then go straight from the Dell to my server?
We could do something like that.
That could be one way to do it.
We could also
Yeah.
boot the machine off of a Linux live CD.
Oh, yeah.
You just need a 32-bit one. Yes, it will.
Yeah, what percentage are you up to? I can't see your
15.
screen from here. 15. We got to like 36 or something, I think, on my run. How big did we get? we got up to 4.9 gigs. So if you can beat 4.9 gigs, we're doing better.
Is it always failing at the same spot, or is it just random?
It seems to be random. Do you need to plug in, by the way?
No, it's just in a low power mode for the machine.
Okay.
Because yeah, I had a drive once where like a specific spot would fail every time, or it would fail. It would drop off the bus every time it hit a particular spot. Like, and I could sometimes get it to read from there. Like, I managed, like, yeah, it would like really slow down, and the drive would just eventually drop off the bus.
Yeah, that's not what's happening here. The first time we got 780 megs. The second time we got 4.9 gigs. So it's clearly, and when it happens, it's crashing the drive controller, the little USB thing. So something inside the USB thing is giving up the ghost.
If it is a USB 3 controller, having it on the USB 2 port might slow it down enough to make it behave.
Yeah, I don't think any of the ports on these laptops are too old.
Yeah, these are certainly not USB 3. This laptop's too old for that.
No, you had a USB 3 laptop.
I do?
Yeah.
USB 3 came out in
How
like
do you know?
2013.
Because here it says 5 gig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if it says SS next to the USB logo, that's super speed. That's 5 gig.
Oh yeah, both of those are SS. What is this one on this side? That one's regular, so we can maybe try this port over here if we swing and miss on yours. What are you up to?
40%.
Which is how many gigs?
5.5.
What did I get to? 4.9?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've outrun me. What Linux are you on?
Fedora.
Okay.
I don't think that matters.
I'm probably not, but who knows?
It's probably more a USB controller difference.
Yeah.
Hello, Bob.
Hello.
Hey, Bob, what's up?
Not much. How about you?
Busy. I've got a special guest here today. I don't know if you can see him on the screen. There we go.
I haven't gotten into Twitch yet. Give me a minute.
Oh. It's Mxshift. Spoiler alert.
Oh, cool.
So, Mxshift has been down. I picked him up yesterday. And so we've been, we rewired the room today. So we've got full proper power to the Centurion. And I reused the fun fact here. We did a 30 amp socket for the Centurion, and then we run that into the DEC PDU that came out of the PDP-11, and I'm using that to power this for all of the heavy loads on the Centurion. So I'm reusing DEC equipment to run a Centurion, which cracks me up.
Very cool. Me and Mxshift, we're really close friends. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute. Mxshift. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, we got that wired, and we also got 240 volt plus 120 30 amp run for the Auger spectroscope. So we don't particularly know how the Auger spectroscope needs to be powered up, but we did see in the manual that it recommended a 220 amp and a 130 amp circuit for it. So we've got that set up. I just got to figure out how to get 240 down to 200 without going broke in the process.
Need a big transformer.
Yeah, that's like, you can come up with as many like inventive and weird ways to do it, but at the end of the day, it always comes down to just you need a big hunk of iron.
Or a very large battery bank and an inverter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a generator imported from Japan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
there we
know,
go.
we could keep with the time period. We could have a motor generator set up
Yeah.
Ooh, I worked in an avionics shop that had out our back door were 3 enormous 3-phase 115-400 motor generator setups, and man, those things were just amazing, running 24/7.
So Roy, I'm just gonna log into the storage server on the network on Mxshift's machine, and he can just copy the file onto the storage server. It's got like 25 free terabytes, and it's something that can happen totally wirelessly. And I have the IP address for it memorized. So
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind, I've been running Linux since 1998.
yeah, there's plenty of ways that we can get that big file off of there.
And as far as the hard drives, I used to run Google's hard drive team.
Okay. So what you're saying is that you don't have a clue what you're doing.
No, not at all.
Yeah, platypus cheese. I could do big resistors to drop us from 240 to 200 and just use that to light the room on fire.
Let's see, that would be you'd be dissipating how much is heat?
Yeah. Regret the van. It's not 1.1. 1.1 would be the router, right? I think 0.1, 192.168, 1.1. I think that might be the router. No, the storage server's up at 44. Unless you want to get into the Cisco integrated nightmare management thing.
See, that's why I sent that machine to you.
Yeah. Yes, that's at 1.40.
The management controller on that generation machine
It's so bad.
depends on a flash application.
Oh, shockwave. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's rough. I've gotten into it a couple of times through like some magic luck of ruffle. But it's like it's always hit or miss. We're almost there, I think.
Yep.
What are we at? Is that 88?
It was 88.88.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So
it did-
we should have seen some serious shit because this baby hit 88.
Exactly.
How come it says welcome to the chat room on my Twitch chat? We've all been here for a while. I've got the same IP on my luggage. I used to think it was like, for people that don't know, you're like 192.168.1. I shouldn't tell people that because that's my IP, right? No, that's everybody's IP, man.
I have to be different. I'm using the 172 range.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it's 172.16.
172.19.
Oh, you went fancy.
So that I can put a year as the next octet. So because I split up my network.
That is indeed a hard disk drive in the middle. It's a Maxtor IDE that came out of a Dell Optiplex that was the controller PC for the Auger spectroscope. We're imaging it with the nice laptop because my laptop apparently could not handle it. And then when we get done imaging it, we're going to slap it back in the Optiplex, put a VGA monitor up here, and boot the Optiplex into whatever operating system is on it.
Almost done. Finished, and it had 0 problems.
That's a healthy drive, man.
Yep. Yeah, all good.
All right. Excellent. Let me get this slightly out of the way here. Yeah, I'm not sure, Bob, I'm not sure how I feel about running a Variac for it. I mean, I have a good 18 amp Variac that would probably work for the 120 volt side of things, even though they call for a 30 amp circuit. I imagine it's not going to use more than 18 amps. But I don't know. Running a Variac feels not like the correct solution to me. Also, I now have a laptop sitting on top of an ASR 33, which is a very strange thing. Before we get too far, I want to pop these cards out and take a look at them. Take a picture of them.
If I remember right, this pops out.
After the HP 150, I'm afraid of running anything on a Variac.
Right? Oh, wow, that's dope. Holy cow. What?
These were really popular machines.
That's awesome. I had no idea they could do that. I was like fretting about how we were going to get that out of there.
Yeah, no, this is one of the most maintainable machines Dell made. Of that era.
So there's 3 cards in this. We'll pop them out, and I'm going to take a picture of each one. So there's these 3 cards are unique to the OJ spectroscope, and you guys are getting a lovely shot of my back. There we go. Yeah, I've never had a Dell Optiplex. I mean, by the time I got to the Pentium era, I was pretty much building stuff out of scraps that were hand-me-downs. So I never got anything super nice. Yeah, I have no idea what card this is. I don't even know who makes it. But I will post a picture.
I'm calling Measurement Computing, or a clone thereof. That's getting my bet.
Do you want a picture of the front and back?
Yes, there
If
could
you
be.
can.
There could be information on both sides.
They all have DD37s?
Yeah. Yeah, all the same big honker on the back. All right, so this is the first card. The second card looks identical, but different dip switch settings.
This is all 7400 series. That's just an ISA GPIO card or something.
Yeah, that's definitely looks like a parallel IO card.
Wake up.
Oh, that's weird.
So we go back in the reverse order that we're down on there.
That doesn't really matter.
On the back, so that second card says CMA, the first card said XY. So these were the controller cards that went to various analog bits on the actual machine.
Yeah, those are just doing port-based I/O, not using an interrupt to transfer data.
Now this next one's a little more complex.
This one's is a Geller Microanalytical Laboratory.
I can't. There we go. I got to get the glare off of it here.
But this one's great. You're gonna love this picture.
I think that was probably some kind of digitizer.
It's seen some effort, shall we say. So yeah, picture posted. It says the CTR. I don't know if somebody meant to write CRT.
I mean, it's another one of those like simple ISA cards, but they've literally glued 2 additional boards onto it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it's got a, what is an AM9513? I don't know what that is. Here, I'll hold this up to the camera so that the Twitch world can see it.
I see analog devices in there.
System timing control.
Yeah, so the extra glued on pieces are from Geller Microanalytical Laboratory.
Model VFC1.
Yeah.
5 channels, 16-bit 20 megahertz counter timer.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that one at the top on that one is in that prototype area.
Oh yeah. Yeah, somebody hacked that in
Yeah.
by hand. I like how their bodge wires are like beefy, chonky bodge wires.
And they grabbed power off the ISA connector.
Oh yeah, they just straight soldered to the connector. Woo! This is like early hackery. I love this. Oh man, I love everything about this.
What's the big chip on that card? The one that's been hacked onto? Is that an 8255?
No, that's the AM95.
Yeah, the AM9513, yeah.
Okay.
The interesting one is the one on the Geller board that is an AD9622 or an it's an AD650JN, whatever that is. But these guys, those are really fancy looking chips.
Okay, the AM9513 is a timing controller.
Yeah.
Oh, so that is the 8650 is a voltage to frequency and frequency to voltage converter.
Okay, I've never heard of that. That's a new one for me. There's a lot of special stuff going on.
If you want to move a voltage, send a measurement value over a long line, you can use that for it.
The hacked in one is a TL074. And then the rest of the stuff is all just LS74LS stuff. 245, 682, 273, 373.
Okay. The TL074CN is a FET input op amp.
Okay.
Quad input.
So they're probably sending voltage across and then using this to convert it to a frequency, which then the timer is actually measuring.
Yeah, they're using it as a high resolution counter.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So they're getting an analog voltage in that's coming out of the OJ and converting it to a frequency as opposed to a digital value. And then they're measuring that frequency with this guy at specific intervals to create a value that gets fed back into the software.
Well, you're probably measuring the frequency that this is outputting.
Okay.
So you would feed that in and it would collect timestamps on the edges. And so you'd know how fast it's coming.
Okay. They were doing some.
But this is clearly all designed for a much older machine. It's all ISA cards.
Yeah.
Very simple.
So I found the first ISA card that's all 74 series. Those are generic, parallel input boards. It wasn't specific to the OJ.
Yeah, I mean, they look like just regular off-the-shelf stuff. It's that third board that's got all the hackery and wizardry going on it that's really interesting. And actually, it looks like a generic board with some hackery on the outside of it to make use of it.
Oh, VFC, variable frequency counter. VFC1 is what those little Geller microboards are.
That makes sense, yeah.
And they're still around.
Geller microanalytical. All right.
Yep.
I mean, this really wasn't that long ago. I mean, I think this was like late 90s or even early 2000s. All right, before we slide this guy back in, I'm pretty sure I knocked the CPU creator fully loose
in
here.
fact-
Oh, you didn't knock this loose, but we should take it out just to clean the heatsink on it.
I would advise cleaning the heatsink, cleaning the fan. Those
Yeah.
fans have a thermocouple on them that form a control loop.
It's that one.
Yep, I'll hit these with the... Oh, that sounded
Geller's
terrible.
apparently specializes in this stuff, and they have the standards.
Oh, that should just
Yep,
get a quick.
I'll be right back. It's going to get loud again. Audio quality is going to get bad.
This machine's actually really clean.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, if it was running in a lab, I would expect it to be running relatively clean air through it.
Oh no, it was not very clean. It's clean because I spent some decent time with the air hose out here on it. The floor out here is disgusting. All right, this is gonna get noisy.
The power supply on that is hinged. You push a release and the power supply will rotate up where you go.
There we go. CPU's up next. All right, that's good. Man, it's been a while since I've seen what are these called? Slot 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been a long time since I've seen a slot 1.
Slot 1
Being that
P3.
Yeah, that's probably 1999, I would say, or 2000.
Well, it's 500 megahertz. I don't know if anybody can see that.
I'll take a picture of it.
But
There you go.
Oh, 500 megahertz, that would have been
1999.
98, 99.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
98 would be like Pentium 2 400. So Pentium 3 would have been late 98, early 99.
Yeah, no, you had Pentium 3s in 98.
Yeah.
500 megahertz is not a very fast Pentium 3. They start at 450.
It's not even top of the line for that. Those, I mean, there were 450, 500, 550, and 600.
Yeah, so but you said that was a
There you go.
500?
Well, I posted a picture, so maybe you can make sense of the hieroglyphs that are on it. 600/512/100/2.0V.
So 600 megahertz, 512K cache, 100 megahertz frontside bus.
it's a 500.
Yeah, it's copyright 98, so it's probably 98.
Is that a 500? Okay, it looks like a 6 in the photo, but
It's a 5. I'm looking at it.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
Yeah, that is a 500. I thought it was a 6 in the photo too.
But yeah, you have 512K of not on die, but on slot cache.
Now, when you think of this is a 28-year-old computer now.
It's technically a vintage computer. As much as it pains me to say that.
And I'm going to place my bets that it's probably going to power on, but it's likely to power on with a RAM fault.
Hey, get out of here with that negativity. We don't need that.
It's probably PC 133 RAM, and it's probably
PC 100.
PC 100.
Fine. Just send it.
It's fine.
Well, yeah, we're gonna send it. I mean, we've backed up the drive. I have zero dog in this fight now.
You're gonna get a clock error, and that's it. That's what my money's on.
That is the really likely. I do have the diagnostics reference sheet open.
Oh, nice. We're still trying to figure out how to get the fans hooked up correctly.
No, I got that. I was gonna reseat the RAM, but I can't figure out how to swing the power supply out. I know it swings out, but
Oh shoot!
Dave, if you want a 37 element ultra high vacuum standard for your Auger, it's only $6,000 from Geller Labs.
Nice, only $6,000. Let me just stop being broke for a little bit.
yeah. So PC 100, nice and Hyundai.
It's only got one stick in it.
Yep.
Yeah, there was only single channel.
I'm gonna get 128 megabytes.
I hope not, because it's supposed to boot Windows 2000.
Yeah, Windows 2000 will boot on.
Oh yeah.
Windows 2000 will boot on 32 megs.
Oh, I know
Yeah,
it will boot. It's unpleasant to use.
He was thinking that it was Windows 2000, but I mean, it could be different. It doesn't have. Yeah, we could be
but,
off.
I mean, for 98, 128 megabytes of RAM was pretty much plenty for anything you were going to run.
There's a the
64
little
meg?
plastic prop rod. There you go.
Oh, it has a side panel switch on it. I wonder if it'll let us boot up with that. With the side.
Well, it's a business, so it's a chassis intrusion.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a chassis intrusion. It will probably post, but it'll probably go, chassis is open, or it may say nothing.
Okay. Well, let's get a monitor up here.
Yep.
The second CD-ROM drive they put in is not secured at all.
Yeah, they put a burner in it.
It's just a little how you doing.
Yeah. I did not get the PS2 mouse that would have been with it, but I did get the PS2 keyboard that would have been with it. So hopefully, whatever Windows is on there recognizes. Oh no, it's a Keytronic.
The keyboard is more important than the mouse anyway to get into the setup.
Oh, the keyboard's USB. It's not PS2.
Oh,
All right, this will get interesting.
It may be okay.
It
We'll send
may
By
be
98,
okay, but
it was starting to have USB on.
yeah, but it's not 100% guaranteed.
How many USB ports do we have? 2?
2.
All right. Well, we got a USB keyboard and mouse.
Well, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, can't lose anything.
With like, it's not going to care about the mouse, but it might be upset about the keyboard.
No, I mean, I lived through this era. By 98, when these machines were coming out, they were getting to the point where they used SMM to emulate PS2 for USB devices. So you can have a USB keyboard work in BIOS.
So if we plug that in, is it just going to start booting?
No.
No, you have to put the pipe.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe you're going to get some standby lights.
Yeah, we do have a little green light on the inside.
Yeah, you're gonna. You may see the fans flick briefly and then shut off.
All right. So here we go. Power switch on the front, right?
Yes.
And you got the hard drive all plugged in
diagnostic
correctly?
lights are on the back.
Okay.
Well, let's see what it does.
The monitor recognized it. There you go. Dell Optiplex GX1. Keyboard failure. Alert cover was previously removed.
Okay, so it did acknowledge the hey, your intrusion switch is active, but yeah.
Invalid configuration.
Battery.
Please run setup. Strike the F1 key to continue. Can we continue, or can we get into setup?
No.
It's going to want
So you
to.
need a PS2 keyboard.
It's not
PS2
recognizing
keyboard.
that keyboard.
I don't think I have a USB to PS2 thing.
And that won't necessarily help you on the keyboard.
Yeah. I know I don't have a PS2 keyboard. I got another USB keyboard. We could try a different USB keyboard.
I don't think that's going to help you.
Nothing.
You don't have
An
a.
Arduino?
Well, I was going to say, do you have an AT compatible keyboard? Because that
No, I've got an XT compatible keyboard.
Yeah, that won't work.
that
Is the EDS PC XT?
Yeah, it's the big 5-pin DIN.
No, but those
Yeah,
are
but
both XT and AT. But yeah, you don't have an AT to.
Yeah, I don't have a converter. Let me see
Yeah,
what I got.
Although you can do it with
X-
jumper wires.
I may
XT
have
sends
something.
a different.
Let me see what I got.
that
XT
keyboard.
sends a different key scan codes. It doesn't work well in AT.
Yeah, but
I've messed with that.
that's a Keytronic keyboard. It might be switchable.
No, the Keytronic here is USB.
All right. We got in here.
No, the keyboard on the EDS PC is also a Keytronic. On the PC clone on top of the Centurion.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm on it.
I think it might be a Keytronic. Yeah,
It might be switchable.
It does not have a switch.
All right.
Oh, crap.
I might have a PS2 converter, but it might be inside. So let me relinquish my microphone and headset right quick, and I'll be right back.
That, of course, would depend on the keyboard being able to switch between PS2 and USB.
All right. I will be right back. Keep them there.
Many USB keyboards of that era will also work PS2 with that USB PS2 adapter.
I figure I'll just hook up a key switch and manually bit bang the serial with the Morse code key.
There's an Arduino program that I think will convert USB to PS2.
Yeah, sure. There's definitely Arduino stuff to emulate PS2 or be a USB to whatever.
So why don't we, use the Centurion and program it to read in a PS2 port on a serial port and then output, USB on a serial port and output the appropriate PS2 signals.
I mean, I can think of a lot of reasons.
I mean,
To do that?
I mean, by that point, you just need to take the alphanumeric box for the G15 and interface it. I mean, come on. Then you can use a typewriter.
I mean, that would be a wild use of the G15. I'd want to see that.
That would be a real interesting way to test it if you could interface that with a modern computer.
USB to paper tape.
Oddly, with the paper tape reader that he has that's on serial now, that wouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah. I'm curious why the hard drive light is stuck on.
It probably hasn't initialized the hard drive because your CMOS is invalid, and it hasn't gotten to the state to go, hey, let's find out what the hard drive is.
Yeah, probably.
And yes, I'm well aware that PS2 is not technically hot pluggable.
Everybody does it, but
PS2. Well, I mean, PS2 mice generally you generally can't hot plug them. I've never keyboards you can, but not mice.
Well, no, just the PS2 electrical standard doesn't support hot plug. Like, it happens to work, but you also have the chances of when you plug something in, causing the machine to either reset or you can trip a fuse.
yeah, I think Apple Desktop Bus is the same way. It's not really supposed to be hot plugged.
We're so close, but so far.
Trying to think of where I have a PS2 keyboard right now that isn't actually an IBM PS2 keyboard. Probably I have an AST keyboard on my DEC Multia, my little alpha system. Oh.
This machine has 3 RAM slots, but only one of them populated.
Yeah, three was pretty much the standard.
you know, what sucks is a lot of machines in this era did have the PS2 keyboard support as an option in the BIOS, but since the battery's dead, it's disabled by default.
Right, the PS2 emulation for USB.
Which, if you ever look at how that's implemented, it's horrific.
Do tell more.
So you're in early boot and you need to have USB, and BIOS doesn't really have USB, but you also need to pretend to be the PS2 device for the legacy BIOS that's assuming a PS2. So they use SMM, the system management mode, to hook the PS2 interrupt vectors and IO ports so that those trigger an SMM entry when they're accessed. And then that pumps you into 32-bit SMM mode where you can run a USB stack, and it processes the USB and then pushes it back out as a response on the IO port. And if you dig into how SMM works, it's actually the 286 debug mode that they just happened to turn into an additional CPU mode when they needed it for fan control on the 386, whichever one the laptop one was, the SL.
Yeah, the SL was the low-powered version of the SX, which is really a 16-bit bus, so it's really like a 286. So yeah, that makes sense.
So even if we reset the BIOS with the clear CMOS jumper, it's going to come back with invalid configuration and ask you to run the setup anyway. Because the clear CMOS jumper is actually cuts the power to the SRAM, so it loses the SRAM contents. I didn't look to see what the backup battery is.
It might just be a 2032 on these.
It might be, but at this point, the contents of the battery's gone.
You want to see the most frustrating thing in the world?
You have the wrong way of doing it. Yeah, you have the ability to go from a PS2
Jesus Christ.
to USB, but not the other way around.
You can try this one. I mean, like you said, I don't think it's going to make a difference, but
Yeah, it's probably not going to make a difference.
might as well.
I have all of the things you need, but I'm 2 hours away.
What are you doing, man? Get in the car. There you go.
Well, I did have a nap earlier. So.
By the time you got here, I would be very asleep. Yeah, it's just going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, same keyboard failure.
Yeah, well, all right. I guess that puts us at a halt, not where I was expecting to be today.
Although you could actually boot the hard drive image in 86 bucks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we know the machine most likely works, but
Yeah.
if you just want to poke around,
Yeah, let's do that. Let me share my screen on the Twitch stream, so because then people can actually see what we're doing. Let's get this junk out of here.
yeah.
That's a great idea because you can even spec it with the Pentium 3 500 128 mega RAM
Yeah.
for that authentic 1998 experience.
Hey, I saved my hard-earned pennies to buy that Pentium 3.
I take it 86 bucks will work on Linux.
Yeah. I probably have it installed already.
Oh, if you have it installed already, maybe we'll just point the camera at your screen. Although it would be better if I could share a screen so people could actually see. I could have sworn this Keytronic was a PS2 keyboard. but it is not.
It is very beige.
But yeah, I mean, it's like exactly what I would have expected of. Those go in a different box, but yeah.
And with the system being used of the battery and config set, it probably was just fine with the USB keyboard. So
Yeah, what was it?
Yeah, we got a blue. Let's start the recording again. I'll start the streaming again. Twitch should be back now. My when I'm streaming, my laptop battery lasts for about 25 seconds.
Right. Just long enough for me to step on it, and you to walk out of the room.
Yeah, yeah. But we should be back live on Twitch.
yes, it's there.
Okay, excellent. Now the real question is how do we play around with that 13 gig image in a way that the Twitch users can see it? The best way would be for me to share my screen, but I don't have the 13 gig image or DOSBox.
We could get really crazy. Your microscope over there has a HDMI capture.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And this laptop has HDMI out.
Yeah, let's do that. You need an HDMI cable, right?
Yeah.
I got one of those. There we go. HDMI video capture. All right, this is likely going to crash the stream, but it is going to be hilarious. In the meantime, that's definitely going to break all of our audio. It's going to be fun.
Oh,
That definitely broke your
It's
audio.
already quad. Horribly.
yeah, 100%.
What switched? You jerk. No. Where did you set that to? Okay, that should be a little better.
Yes, that's good.
Oh my gosh. Discord, Linux, you're killing me. You're killing me here. Okay.
So the HDMI cable.
Yeah, I gotta go hunt an HDMI cable down. Should have an HDMI cable that's not inside. I know I have them inside, but I'm pretty sure I've got one out here too. I'm hearing all sorts of clicking or bleeping. That means that something probably broke again.
Is that still streaming?
No, the Twitch stream is not currently working.
Oh, all right. So our Twitch stream crashed. That's what I heard. Hopefully it'll come back here in a second.
Yeah, it's back.
Okay.
I just had to refresh.
All right. I have what I believe is an HDMI cable.
Okay.
Okay. Is the audio broken again?
It's okay.
Okay. Well, Bellatrix was saying ouch with the audio. I guess that was the previous ouch.
It's still a little loud, but not much.
All right, I'll drop it down to 35%. Okay, so I've got to add
Any video capture.
video capture device, I guess. Okay. We'll call this, I guess. I'm just gonna name it view. I don't know what that means.
There you go.
Oh,
You got an extra
nah.
screen.
All right. resolution, frame rate, leave unchanged. So let me hit OK on that, and I'm going to drop it below Twitch chat. So you guys should be able to see.
We see a space shuttle.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's great. That means that you're seeing Mxshift's laptop being streamed through my laptop via an HDMI video capture to USB thing. Oh, this is jank, but that worked way smoother than I thought it would.
Actually, let me
Okay.
flip this here.
Yeah, I don't think that image will boot on a PC Junior, but
No?
I know. So
Give it a shot. Boy, I'm right along for the ride now with you guys. This is fully at this point.
Optiplex GX-A is probably close.
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be fine.
Bump it up to a Pentium. You're on Pentium 2 overdrive.
Oh, actually, nope.
Oh yeah, that's Pentium 2.
Windows of that era can sometimes be picky about hardware configuration. Like if you try to boot it on a different configuration than what it was installed on.
Well, we'll find out. I mean, it's not like we're gonna hurt anything.
Might want to duplicate that image or mount it read only though.
Yeah, you definitely want a backup of the image.
Mxshift types way faster than I do. Holy cow.
I do have to say, out of all the stuff I learned in high school, typing is the one I use the most.
Yeah, I'm just not any good at it.
I'd say switch that to a 440BX motherboard, and you'll be able to get the Pentium 3 CPU if you want.
Yeah, I think the current CPU you have set up is at like 66 megahertz, which is very slow.
Yeah, which
Let's set
machine
up
to
for a-
pick?
It's a Pentium Pro or something.
What was the machine you said?
Like a 440BX board, like one of the MSI boards, or that tie-in Tsunami ATX or 8-bit. 8-bit.
None of these.
Yeah,
Are show-
ATX.
None of these are showing Pentium 3.
Hmm.
Maybe we can get a Klamath or it just shoots.
Well, Pentium 2 would be good enough. It's probably not going to really care. The Klamath or the shoots.
Well, and they had a Pentium 2 up here as well.
Oh no, but
We've
can
got
you,
it just
can you
shoots.
overclock it? Oh yeah.
It's just only giving the actual values that existed.
Yeah. We're not going to have any of the controller cards in there, but I don't think that'll matter to the software unless it tries to talk to the jail, at which point it wouldn't have made a difference anyways.
What's a reasonable video card to pick?
I think that thing was just using onboard video, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Not
probably.
the Verge. Definitely not Verge.
That's only because you have some like recent trauma with the Verge.
Actually, it was the more I dove into it, it was a pretty terrible chip all around.
Why did everybody love it so much?
First of its kind.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, Mach 64 is a good card.
Are you plugged in? Oh, you're plugged in now. Good.
Shouldn't need anything else. No boot device available. Sure.
It's so small.
Oh, was it set for only 8 meg of RAM?
Oh, it might be. I'm just trying to get it to scale the window. currently.
4X might be a little large. Even 3X is big, dang. There we go, 2X works. Keep it, go to the left a bit with it. There you go. Trying to clear the Twitch chat.
Okay.
Yeah, your system memory was 8 megabytes.
Yeah, so. Yes. That'll be better, but why was it not finding the hard drive? Storage controller, internal, that should be fine.
A little more.
Not finding any hard drive. Why?
Do you have an?
Oh.
It should have the IDE host adapter.
No, this has the weird thing all turned on.
Oh, the IDE hard disk was set to off.
Yeah, everything is turned off. Oh, I have to do reboot.
Go a little more left with the window. There you go. Is it just slow to boot or is it stalled?
I don't know.
It's taking 100% CPU time. Or is running at 100% emulation speed.
But it could be emulating a busy loop.
It may be trying to seek a floppy first, and there's no floppy image mounted.
Oh yeah, it thinks it has 2 floppy drives.
Well, I don't know what you're doing over there, but it's making my laptop sound like a jet engine over here.
Is it doing a very long RAM check?
I mean, you can put 128 in it.
Yeah, that should go pretty quick. Like I said, please wait, huh?
Yeah, how clear is it? Like, can you guys see his screen like very clearly, or is it 8-bit pixelated?
Looks great to me.
That's awesome. Can't believe that worked.
It looks good when Twitch is deciding to do 160p on me occasionally.
Yeah, I'm doing that for me.
Yeah, that's probably my wireless bridge or the Starlink not finding, like, hitting a cloud. Maybe try a different motherboard. What would be after a Pentium 3?
Pentium 4. This is looking more promising.
Yeah.
I did detect the hard drive.
And 2. Yep. Yeah,
NT4.
Holy cow.
That's not what I was expecting.
No, I was expecting 2000.
Well, 1998 would be NT4. I imaged many an NT4 system. Oh, at least it serves Pack 6. Well, 6A, I think, was the last one.
But I'm glad we didn't try USB.
NT4 doesn't support USB?
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's fun. Your disk may be corrupt. Please let auto check run.
Sure.
I mean, as far as the disk is concerned, everything is different. Oh, your resolution went all over the board.
13 gigabyte fat drive.
Why don't I have a mouse? Oh, I probably didn't set up a mouse.
You can
PS2
use tab
mouse. PS2 keyboard.
PS2 mouse.
Oh, that rebooted.
Yeah, it has to.
Oh, gotcha. How come we didn't get a no keyboard detected error in the beginning?
Because it had a keyboard, it didn't have a mouse.
Oh, yeah, you had an AT keyboard or something set up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Now I'm slightly concerned about having a username and a logon.
Well, you just need the an image of the RAM crack floppy disk.
Yeah. NT4, you can just boot a disk image and it'll overwrite the security database and reset the password.
Yep. If you can boot a floppy, if you can boot a floppy, you can own an NT4 system.
That seems super safe.
Still better than 95, where you could just, open help on the login screen.
On 95, you don't even have to enter a valid password. Just hit enter.
Yeah, you can hit cancel, or you can just type in a new username and password, and it'll create an account for you.
Don't they have a way to send control at delete?
There it is. Control F2.
Yeah. It'll be under tools.
Control F12.
Yeah.
Good, they didn't set a password.
Oh, it was just enter.
All right, it's all right.
The year 2000 fix requires the Dell BIOS.
Okay. All right, slide that over a little bit because I can't see. It's way too small over there. We're gonna.
Well, we can maybe scale this up a little bit or something here.
Yeah, we need like a
Full.
Oh, you got a 1.5x.
Yeah, or you can change the desktop resolution.
There you go.
Oh, snap. We are fully in board. Okay, so... No, I wanted this guy. I'm getting used to his touchpad here. This is wild. This feels like I'm like legitimately on the actual machine. All right, so these were the AES jobs that we were looking at. And they're not showing up. That's interesting. Oh, Auger picks maybe. Why did that open up in a new one?
I think there were 2 hard drives. And it might be on D.
Oh.
Explorer opens things in new windows by default on NT4.
Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. There we are. Yeah. So Auger projects. There we go. These were all the Spectra files. Oh, I forgot. It opens it in Paint, not Windows Image Viewer. Woo!
Image Viewer doesn't exist yet.
It's been a while.
Oh wow, that's cool.
All right, let's close all this out. Boy, NT4, it's gonna take a minute. Let's see here. We've got Auger2 down here. We've got AES demo. What's in here? Oh, bitmaps stuff. How about a surface survey bitmap? Depth profile bitmap. Okay, so really seems like it leans on the Geller Microanalytical Laboratory. So that was the same people from the cards that were made, right?
Yes.
Oh, look, here's some of the file not found.
2001. The date on the software.
Okay.
So you should be able to click on any of those SPE.
Yeah, we'll try that one. 1151_s1.spe. Did we crash it?
Or is it just that slow?
I want to click open again.
One
But I
thing
know
nice
that-
about NT4 is you've got true multitasking.
For when you click that open button.
Yeah. I don't know what it's doing. Program might be waiting for hardware that's not there. Yeah, it's entirely possible, JBeth. Oh, nope, it's just very slow. That's hilarious. Okay, so now that it's opened, what can we do with it, I wonder? Oh, I can...
So it's your plot of the intensity at each electron voltage.
Yeah,
And
so...
that's the calculation for your atomic concentration.
Yeah. What is AIOL? So S is silicon, C is carbon, C is calcium, N nitrogen, O oxygen, Ti titanium.
Yeah, the first one might be aluminum oxide or something.
Okay. Whatever this was, it had a chunk of titanium in it, 21.7% titanium. Look at the like wild spike you get on the spectrals here. All the way up to like 500 electron volts down here at the bottom. Is it showing us our intensity? I don't see where it shows intensity down here, but we go all the way up to like a 5,000 and down to negative
Counts,
5,000.
isn't it?
Oh yeah, maybe it counts. I wonder, can I zoom in? I bet you pinch to zoom works, right? I have no idea what that is. Oh, that's
You're
like
zooming
a
in.
zoomed in view with the right click. So that's how you zoom in. So this is Spectra that was taken with that machine over there. That's pretty phenomenal, man.
Oh, there you go. As received surface of a passivated screw.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So what was it passivated with?
Something that involved titanium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's open another one. Let's go file open and wait 9 million years for it to happen. Cal sounds like a calibration thing. How about a gun test? That's a different type of file. So, well, at least we get a little progress bar for that. Oh, this is a depth profile. And because it's a gun test, there's nothing exciting going on.
Atomic percent. Not
Oh,
percent.
okay. So then
That's-
Navigator's way more interesting. I didn't click that on purpose.
But I think if you go down to D,
Yeah.
and open,
So we've got Auger. That looks like the actual program. AES
Yeah,
projects.
there's Auger projects.
That's a lot of projects.
Looks like maybe only that one has something.
Yeah, maybe.
Depth profiles.
Yeah. Is that the only one that had a plus on it? Oh, we got another one up here. Somebody made a new folder.
Well, what's in the AES projects?
That's interesting because it looks like it's
story.
running at various depths as well as.
Yeah, so we've got multiple depth profiles here. Oh, probably because they take a spectra, then ablate to the next level, then take a spectra, then ablate, spectra, ablate, spectra, ablate, over and over and over again. So their 15 depths here are as they're using the ion gun to ablate the surface and get the next level down.
Well, what happens if we open the top level project?
Oh, up here?
Yeah.
Just hit okay. So there's depth in angstroms, and then the atomic percent for each depth. So AIOL, again, is very present until we get down to about 150 angstroms, and then it goes away. And AIL, whatever that is, increases until it's like the dominant by like 90%, right? And then we've got traces of, is that CI or CL?
That's ALO. That's aluminum oxide, and then AL is the aluminum.
Yeah. Aluminum oxide layer.
Oh, and then aluminum
layer.
Yeah.
And
so that's the oxide on the top of it that goes away because they're ablating through the oxide.
Yep.
To
and
fresh material, and it transitions to the actual aluminum.
And then this would be on
a bond pad.
Aluminum bond pad.
Yeah. So he talked about this actually. That he did a lot of work with this machine for semiconductor companies in the region.
Yeah.
And so this would have been one of their pads in a semiconductor.
This would have been like
the bond pad that goes to the with the bond wire that goes over to the leg.
They put us on a die that used aluminum metallization layers, and so the bond pad would have been aluminum.
Oh, that's so cool. With trace amounts of chlorine, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and what is F?
Fluorine.
Fluorine. Oh, that's really cool stuff.
Which a lot of that's going to be contamination from the silicon processing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because don't they use hydrofluoric to clean a lot of things in that process?
Yep. Yeah. Holy cow, that's cool. Oh, that's really fun. I like that.
I mean, that's pretty cool that your machine can do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what an insanely capable machine. Jesus.
You'll be finding out what the drum coating and the drum material is in no time.
Oh, yeah. Good Lord. If I can figure out how to get the UHV system working. That's going to be fun. That is like mega cool, man. How deep is 250 angstroms? What does that come out to in angstrom? I don't know my angstrom to nanometer conversion. Take it easy, Lopta. I don't know when you said you're going to go away, but I'm just seeing it now.
It's 10-1, so 250 angstroms is 25 nanometers.
Okay. Yeah, 25 nanometers is very, very small. And it took them 15 ablate processes with the ion gun to get that deep.
Would a company do this just for normal testing, or would this be more of a failure analysis, you think?
He mentioned that he did a lot of failure analysis, but I'm betting that this is not failure analysis. This might be just like testing to see how their bond pads are being done.
Well, and you look at where the aluminum oxide completely disappears is at the 150 level.
Yeah.
So that's 15 nanometers. So that's a very thin layer of oxide.
Yeah. What's interesting is that you have like a little dip in the oxide before it comes back strong. Right? Like it dips all the way down to about 35%, and then it comes back up to 55%. And then it as you get deeper and deeper, it goes further and further away.
That could be that they had used that pad with a test probe.
Oh, and the test probe had scratched away.
Or they were tracking, because this has a lot of impurities at the top.
Yeah.
So it's the composition there. Like, yes, there's a drop, but that's an increase in the aluminum layer.
Yeah. Oh, that's super exciting, man. That's very cool. To have a machine that's capable of doing that is wild. So I think that was the only one that we saw in Auger projects, right? But we saw some stuff up here.
Well, and if you open on D, the Auger DAT might have more in there.
This one here. Oh yeah.
Nope.
No dice. So these are all full of like. Oh wait, no.
Oh, it's just loading.
It's just slow. I was like, why would it scroll? Oh, we've gotten spoiled with how instant everything is these days. Like, I get angry if I click something and it's not immediate.
If it was a real computer, you'd hear the grinding of the hard drive right now.
Yeah.
And you have to remember, this is emulation, and it may only be doing 70% or 50% of the processor.
And I think the processor is currently at 300 megahertz as opposed to the 500 megahertz of the actual machine.
Right, and even then, when you were doing things in it, I saw it would drop down to like 70%, so it was only doing like 210 megahertz.
We have frozen it.
I don't know that it's frozen. I don't remember how to get out of $86.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Now we're back. We're back. Good Lord. Good night. All right. That's a lot of stuff. No wonder. Look how small our scroll bar has become.
Oh, jeez. Oh, aluminum wafer?
Oh, let's go back down to that. Where was that at?
That's at the bottom, because they're numeric and alphabetical.
Yep. Oh, come on. You can do it, baby. I got faith in you.
Were some of those dates from 2015?
No. Well, maybe. He said he decommissioned it about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So let's see here. 2016. Yeah, 11, 18, 16. Whatever he was doing on that date.
It says wafer lot something.
Oh, does it have a... Oh, yeah, there's
Title.
the title. It's Wafer Lot 27. Yeah, so he used this machine as recently as 2016. Oh, Windows NT4 out here chugging along like a tank. This was G coupon, whatever that is.
That was
Coupon would be like a cut out of a piece.
Okay.
That's it was a 17-year-old computer still being in use.
Yeah. And he decommissioned it not because the computer was old, but because I think he was just tired of doing OJ. Or maybe he wasn't getting the customers for it that he needed.
You know, I was thinking about this. You really are going to want this computer to control this, because doing this manually would not be easy.
Yeah, eventually, yeah. We're gonna start with the very basics, as pure analog, simply because that's what I have space for in the room, and then when we hit the limits of that, we'll start looking into computer control.
So was he the original owner?
I don't know if he was the. Yeah, I think so. Because he mentioned that he had the PDP-11 and all that stuff at one point in time, and then he got rid of it years ago.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this system is definitely, tacked on later, I guess.
Oh yeah. Like the the Optiplex was a huge update, and this OJ2 was not a jail program at all, right? This was written by the Geller Analytics place. So this whole upgrade for it was done by Geller Analytics. All right. What else can we do? Well, we can do an acquire. CMA, ion gun. Let's hit a start and see what it gets angry at us about. I guess it won't let me. Either that or I've crashed it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be trying to talk those ISA cards.
Yeah, talk to those ICE cards that don't exist, right?
Yeah. Right. I found on Geller Micro's site, I found a newsletter from 2009 talking about their Auger 2 software that's a replacement automation system for the deck-based JL Kevex JAMP 10S and 30 or other manufacturers' AES automation systems.
There you go. Yeah, the JAMP 10S is what I got. The Kevex was the original PDP-11 system, and we're looking at the OJ2. So there you go. You found the newsletter for everything that's going on here.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're gonna get us out of this.
Well, yeah, find interface and run it right now.
Yeah.
Well, you could send Control-Delete to it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get you out of the full screen that you're currently in. Alt-Enter?
Well, I got out of...
God, that's cool. I'm gonna have to play around with this on my desktop.
Control-Alt page up.
Control-Alt page up.
Yeah.
I never would have gotten there on my own.
They have to make it very complicated.
Yeah.
It has to be something you're not normally going to pass to the to your client operating system.
There we go. So we can go to the task manager. Yeah, it's just off. Trying to do something.
NT4, man. I never used an NT system.
You know, NT supports multi-processing. So with the right setup, you could make this go even faster.
Yeah. I have a dual Pentium 2 machine that we could bring over.
That's still like way too new for the room. We got to find the original PDP-11 software somehow.
Oh, and the interfaces, yeah.
There is a start menu. I'm curious if he's got anything else installed on here.
Intel SIMD extensions driver.
What's Instacal?
Well, that's the boards that in the system.
Is it? I mean, there's 3.
Oh man!
Yeah, the
Wait,
counter
the
and 2
Instacal
IO.
software?
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be a setup tool.
Yeah, that was the tool that the cards that I had used.
Okay, so Instacal is specifically for those IO cards to talk to the machine.
The Vigilant has it still.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Whatever the current version of it is.
So we've got Instacal on there. Ugh, I am having a hard time with your touchpad here.
Didn't you grab a USB mouse?
Yeah, but I already put it back upstairs.
Oh, okay.
I've got a wireless mouse around here somewhere that we could do.
You can always use the
Dell.
touch point too.
Oh, you got
The,
the nub.
The Dell
that's-
documentation.
I don't know if I'm
for
better
the-
or worse.
Oh, we got Nero. We can use that
Yeah.
CD burner.
There's Dell documents for the GX1.
Not much on here other than
The very basic stuff. What is this imaging professional? Or what is this? Intel Streaming SIMD extension driver?
Let's.
Pentium 2 would have been when, or Pentium 3 would have been when SSE came out.
Yep.
It won't run because
I don't have SSE.
it's on a Pentium 2 right now.
Yeah. So that has nothing to do with
No.
an imaging professional. What is Flow here? Flow editor.
Wait. Scanning or image conversions?
Scan images, capture faxes, automatically file, automatically send, print images. So it's a scanning software. Okay. Back before your scanner could scan directly to a USB without ever having to touch a computer at all.
Oh, they were using a Microsoft mouse.
Yep. And that's it. You get the Auger, the Instacal. Convert C to NTFS. That's a nice little utility to have that you could accidentally click. It's got Hyper Terminal. And then Nero. What is Nero? What is Start Smart?
I have no idea.
Nero is CD burning software.
Yeah, but I don't know what Start Smart is.
Oh, Burning ROM Nero Express backup. It's a smart
Launcher.
Launcher for all their different Nero apps. Boy, remember when everybody used to make shit that looked like this?
It was the future.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was dope. I will go through that much slower on my own time. When we stop sharing your screen, I'll get you logged into the storage server and we can copy that file over.
Hey, they left stuff in the trash.
Oh, they did. What is it? Yeah. Office startup. How many decades has that been in the recycle bin?
Oh man.
That's amazing. And how often did they need command prompt that they left the shortcut on the desktop?
I mean, they have batch files in here, like the Z2, which runs ZZ.
Which is down here. That's an app down here.
Yeah, I don't have any idea what that is.
Double click it, see what happens.
ZZ top.bat. I mean, they are from.
Oh, we'll probably have to run it in a.
Oh, in the command prompt, yeah. Oh, you're driving now. You got it.
ZZ.exe.
No idea what this is.
There was a ZZ Top too, right?
Yeah. It was a Z top.bat or something.
Why am I not finding
Because it's not in the. It's on the desktop.
Z? Isn't
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, it was in the.
like zz.exe was right here. Oh man, the NT4 is terrible.
Oh, you can't even change the window size. So you've got capital Z, lowercase z. Is it case sensitive?
Oops.
You can change the window size if
Okay. ZZ.exe is a program that Dell included to allow a user to go back to their factory install configuration for a brief period after they buy the machine. So it's some kind of a configuration reset utility for Dell. It's nothing to worry about.
Aw.
Hey, Dave, if you right-click on the little icon up in the corner, you should be able to set the size of this window inside the command prompt, on the command prompt.
Yeah, you can change.
Yeah, we can make it smaller, but we couldn't make it bigger.
What do you have to do? I think
can-
properties
Yeah,
and the buffer
properties.
size. Yeah.
You change the
But
font.
whatever, it doesn't matter at the moment.
Yeah, that's a giant nightmare. NT seems like it's just similar enough to like 95 and 98, which I spent a decent amount of time using, but it's also just different enough from those that so much stuff is tripping me up. Also, we're digging deep into my memory banks.
We were really lucky picking the Mach64. They had the ATI drivers installed.
Oh,
Is your NAS you have SMB shares?
yeah. Yeah, that's how we're gonna get his the image file from his laptop to my place.
You might be able to copy from right inside Windows to the NAS.
Oh, we're just going to copy the disk image.
Yeah, I want the whole image because I don't know how the software install is going to do.
Okay.
And yeah, I hear what you're saying. If we had a NIC set up in the emulation, you might be able to actually copy directly from NT4 onto your NAS.
How full is the hard drive? Can you view that?
Here somewhere.
You probably would have to change the authentication settings to allow the older, like NT Login Manager compatible logins to your NAS.
So I created 2 partitions,
Yeah, so they've got a 2 gig and a 10.6 gig.
which means somebody did the NT install the fun way.
Well, you'll notice that drive C is fat.
Right, because when you do an NT4 install, it creates a FAT initially, then converts it to NTFS if you ask it to.
Well, that's why they got that utility that says convert C to NTFS down there that we saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Hey, did you save some of those VMS files?
They're all saved. Like everything's saved. The image is all saved. What do you mean by
if you
saved?
could throw 1 or 2 up on the web, because that's, or on, share them on the Discord, because it's called a VAMAS file, VIMAS, which is a standard file that you can actually read with other software.
Did we even find a VMS?
I saw 1 or 2 in there. Searching for them will be painful, so I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah, we'll have to sort through it.
Yeah,
later.
this is going to require essentially going slow on my lazy Sundays. What kind of recent files you got going on here?
That's your raw data.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I am bad with touchpads. There we go. 100, so the fixed sputter rate was 100 angstroms per minute. The fact that people are measuring stuff in angstroms is insane.
So it took
And then
2.5
there's all your raw
minutes.
data.
So it took 2.5 minutes to go down to 250 angstroms.
That's pretty fast. And it looks like it just was all automated. You just said, go down this much, and it just did it for you. That's a lot of data. Aw. Well, that's fun. No, I don't want to save this.
Okay, I found the pamphlet about this software that actually gives you some information on how to run it. It's not really a manual, but it shows how they do the acquisition and everything.
Okay. Well, we can get back into the software. But I got a feeling that the software is pretty simple. Like what we've already seen in the software would have been.
Some of it's pretty cool,
plenty.
like sputter before or sputter after acquisition.
Okay. I have stalled it again. It's just super slow. All right, you can go ahead and shut that down. We'll see if NT. That was cool. What a fun way to rescue the night. I am blown away at how. Here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and.
Oh, it actually rebooted.
Is it Control Alt page up?
Yeah.
There you go. All right, we're gonna turn that off. We're back to the camera. And then, oh boy, I'm getting tired. Yeah, we'll copy the image file over to the Samba share. Oh, wait, there we go. Oops. There we go. And then we'll just drop it into here. Okay. And that's your old server. Does it feel good to be home? You're copying to your old server. All right. Now we're in an interesting situation where there's not a whole lot to work on. Because we've got so we've got
More dust bunnies.
some fuzzies for you. So we've got the Centurion mostly working, except for the Phoenix, which we're certainly not going to touch tonight because
Late and
late
danger.
and tired and danger. The G15 socket is wired up, but it doesn't matter because the G15 is in a sad state. I'm going to start on the LGB21 probably in the next episode after this episode. The BOMIM and the JAMP are in various states. We need to build, so one thing I need to do with the BOMIM, you can just see it on the other side of my arm here. The desk, there's like a little cubby hole on the left side of the desk where you're supposed to like put documents and stuff. I need to pull out the middle drawer of that, and we need to build a fold up. So I've been thinking about this, a 4-fold wooden case that slots perfectly into it, that holds the PDP-11, the power supplies, the HPVP, and the drives. So that way it just slides in and stays as the desk-mounted system most of the time. But if I need to work on it, I slide it out, undo a little screw, and the whole thing folds out flat on the floor, so now I have like clean access to everything. So that's something that I still got to do. And then that'll let us get the BOMIM up. I mean, we could fire the BOMIM up right now if you wanted to take some late night spectra of something, because the PDP-11 still works. I just need to go get a fan and point it at the HPVP. It runs way too hot. And then absolutely nothing else in the room works. That's it. That's all we got.
Do you need to super glue the 3D prints onto the filter for the Phoenix?
Oh. I mean, we do, but that's a pretty boring thing to do.
And I don't know where any glue. I don't know where any good glue is. We may have to make a run to Ace tomorrow, because I had some super glue.
Oh, it's not super glue. You're gonna be like a silicone or.
Yeah, we don't have any of that proper stuff. We need to get some of the stuff that you use in engines.
Oh, gasket maker?
Like, yeah, but like they have like the high pressure, high temp version. It's like blue or red or whatever.
Yeah, it's not gonna get that hot or under that much pressure.
Yeah, I just think it'd make it stronger.
RTV?
Yeah, something like that would work.
Yeah.
But we need to go get some is the point. It's the problem. Yeah. Well, we could fire the Centurion up, but I mean, once it's up, there's not a whole lot to do. We've hit an interesting point where we ran out of stuff to do for the night. So the real question then is like, what do we do next week? Because, you know, Mxshift is not going to be here next week, so it's back to our kind of normal routine. But now that everything in here is different, what do we work on? Like, I think the 150A is pretty much fully working. Except for the calibrator, but that's like super low priority. The HP frequency counter is fully working. The HP oscillator is fully working. We could pull Mark's HP scope out and troubleshoot it.
And didn't Mark have an idea about what the fault is in that?
Yeah, well, it's so everything works except for the horizontal sweep, and he was looking through the schematics on that. So we might shoot Mark a message and say, hey, next week we're going to work on that. If we want to do scope stuff, we might want to venture into something else momentarily, because we've been on scope stuff for 3 weeks, 4 weeks now. Longer than that, I think, actually.
Are you planning to put a hard drive back into the EDS PC?
There's a hard drive in the EDS PC already.
Oh, did you get it formatted and working?
Yeah. And we can fire it up. I'll show it to you. Let me get the disaster piece that is my multiple laptops here sorted. See if I can get the camera over this far. So I can fire the EDS PC up relatively easily without firing up the rest of the Centurion. let's unplug this guy. Oh, that's gonna break all of my audio again. All right, hang on a sec. I'm about to break my audio severely. I don't know why it does that.
Yeah.
Just sets everything to 1,000%. Ooh, I've got stuff tangled up.
Now that's the original. Is that the original ST238R that was in there?
No, I've got some kind of. I think I've got an ST4097 in there. Yeah,
Oh, the full height
Past
drive.
that.
Yeah, this guy needs to come unplugged, and then it can plug back in. Oh, BBM Donut. We mentioned hard drives enough time. BBM Donut showed up.
The original hard drive in the EDS PC was an ST238R.
Yeah, BBM Donut has recovered it completely. He did some phenomenal work on it. All right, we got a little bit of glare at the top here. Maybe I can block that with my head. Let's do power on to you. I mean, I don't know what we can do in a DOS machine, but brand new Phoenix filter there. That's awesome. This was my father-in-law's calculator. It's cool, like little Casio Mini 8. All right, yeah, here we go. I'm at the C drive.
Yeah, it'll boot up pretty quick.
Yeah.
As Gravis says, it's a PC. It boots DOS.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we had a way to get some software onto it, we could put like Space War or some of the other CGA games that were available at the time on it.
I've got I think I've got a full size. So how do I do a directory paged? Is it dir/p?
It is /p. If it's supported, depends on which DOS you're running.
3 something. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I've got GW Basic on here. We could just write our own software from scratch. I've got graphics.com. That's a fun one, I guess. Yeah, so we could go into GW Basic.
Yeah, I think graphics.com is a graphics driver for like an IBM Pro printer or Epson or something. Not very useful.
10 4i equal 1 to 10 20 my 0 key doesn't work. Print HELLORLD. This is a terrible keyboard. Oh my gosh. 30 next I enter, and then if I do a list from here, it should give me a listing, and then I can run that, right? Yeah, there we go. Regular, good old LG Basic. Oh, there's my printers.
If you look in the DOS directory, you might have gorilla.bas.
It's 3.3. That was in 5.0.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep,
So-
because it takes QBasic to run.
Every night at midnight, my printers reconnect to the network. I don't know why. So I always know that it hits midnight because my printers will disconnect and reconnect, and I get that reconnect notification out of Linux.
Okay.
Happens at midnight every night. Yeah,
That's
all right.
That's a foam and foil keyboard, right?
Oh yeah, I've refoam and foiled it, but I somehow messed up the 0 key on the top row. So you have to hit number lock and use the 0 key on the number pad. But it's also just
easy to get.
garbage. I have I have the frustrating story with this because they make a version of this keyboard that looks identical to it to this that is mechanical with like proper Cherry mechanical switches. And that was the version that Centurion used. And so I found a keyboard on eBay that looked the same, and I bought it, but it was foam and foil. And I was like, well, that's annoying. And then I went to VCF East, and somebody had this keyboard exactly like it was, with a sign on it that said, vintage mechanical keyboard, has Cherry mechanical switches. And I was like, let's go. And I paid I paid too much for it. Because I was like, it's the mechanical one, it's the shape, it's the exact one that Centurion would have used. The only thing missing is the little Centurion logo on the keyboard. And then I got it home and opened it up, and it was pure foam and foil inside. And I remember like asking the dude at VCF East that was selling it, I was like, can I like crack it open and like type on the keys to make sure that it feels right? Because he had it all wrapped up, and he was like, no, you are not allowed to open that package. And so the dude just like flat scammed me at VCF East, and I've been bitter about it ever since.
Yeah, well, not only that, that was the Cherry H-shaped foam and foil pads, right?
No, they're the regular round ones.
I thought they were an odd shape. That was why that's why you took the Keytronic. To do that.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I think the one that I bought on eBay was the odd shape. No, the one I got from that guy was the odd shape. This is the one from eBay that I just ended up redoing.
Yeah, this is the one the plug was cut off of, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this is the non-Cherry Keytronic. Yeah, this is the FT102. So yeah, you're right. You remember that better than I do. Jeez. Yeah, it had the one that was the pure mechanical was actually foam and foil, but it was the H-shaped foam and foil, which you can't get replacements for.
No.
So I think I threw that one in the garbage out of spite. That dude scammed me, and I'm still bitter. I'm still mad.
I think I rewatched the EDF PC episode about 6 months ago.
Okay. I don't know how to get out of here.
System. SYSTEM.
Oh, wow. Okay, there we go. No.
Nuku, would that have Donkey, or it's too late for Donkey? There's nothing in 3.3, is there?
It depends on the OEM, on the copy, because some of them included the basic demo programs and some. But since this was 360 pages, it's always good.
Oop, you went muffled.
Yeah. You're talking through a can.
Am I? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, but you could do dir/s star .bas. Right?
/s star.bas. Invalid parameter on the /s. I can just do a dir star.bas, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no basic files in there.
They'd be in the DOS folder usually.
I was in the DOS folder.
Oh, okay, yeah. What, you don't have the VGA screen capture running?
No.
This is CGA screen capture.
CGA screen capture, sorry.
Damn it.
Oh, that VGA card probably has composite output, so you could always capture that.
Well, I mean, we could set them up with the CGA captures.
Well, let's do the real fun here. If we're gonna be mucking about with this stuff.
But you got to play with your new toy.
Yeah.
Hit the power switch.
Yep. So that was the PDU that brings up the bench and the cooling fans on the two Hawks. So I just heard the Finch seek. So we can do a CD PC Plus on this guy. and a PC Plus. There you go, that one's ready to go. That's one Hawk drive. There's the second Hawk drive. Let's see, I bet you that one still goes ready before this one does.
Clear for takeoff.
Yeah, contact. Yeah. Now we do have, I'm like 90% positive that I've got the Phoenix plugged in, but I'm not getting any power to it, so I must have the breaker on the back switched off.
I mean, that's the only thing we could probably do on the Phoenix tonight.
Yes,
Flip the breaker.
flip the breaker, but I don't even want to do that. Because in order to get to it, I'm going to have to like pull the Hawk out and then climb in the open spot at the bottom of the thing. Yeah, see that one on the right went ready first. Actually, is that one not going to go ready? Oh, there it goes. Woo! Making me sweat bullets over here. All right. So then we do an H1 here. It's fine. It feels good to have my Centurion back. I mean, it hadn't been plugged in for a while. And we purged the Hawks for like 5 minutes. And then it just, everything worked. Yeah. So that's fully in the operating system there. And then if you give me a Control C, there you go.
One.
Full multi-user Centurion going. Can you guys hear how like the whine of the drives? It's quite loud.
Just barely. The noise canceling taking care of it.
It's certainly not noise canceling. Let's see here. Are we keeping the LGP21? Yeah, Roy, the LGP21 is going to be a pure YouTube thing. So that one's not getting to, that one's not going to be a Twitch thing. Yeah, we need to think of a good Twitch project. Yeah, there we go. I can't quite get my my camera up high enough to eliminate the glare across the top of my CRTs here. We had a funny problem the other day, or earlier today. So I've got the disc packs here hey, let me just kick the camera. All right, I've got the disc packs here up on this shelf, which whenever Twitch catches up, you'll be able to see. And like disc packs are heavy, right? So I kind of went overkill on the mounts for it. But the way my room is constructed, I totally whiffed on the stud on the right side here. But this is all like fiberboard wood, so I thought it was strong enough. And today we had everything pulled out, and I'm looking at it, and the whole wall was like being pulled away. So I was like, oh, that's not good. So we had to unload everything and move the whole shelf about 4 inches to the right where we could find a stud. And so now it's into a stud, but now it means that this clearance here is a little tight. The clearance between the terminal and the shelf is a little tighter than I would like it to be. But honestly, I think it's all right. Well, that and the whole Centurion has actually shifted about 7 inches to the left because we changed the layout of the J-hole stuff over in the corner. So we shifted the shelf like 4 inches to the right, and we shifted all the equipment like 6 to 7 inches to the left. So we've got this like weird overlap of disc packs up here, but I don't think it looks that bad. I think it looks all right. Yeah, I think the Centurion came out okay. This is the big question. This is like what Rick and I were talking about earlier. Is that what do you do now?
Right.
Now we played up and going.
We played Snake for a while,
Yeah.
which is great, but the machine is really designed for multiplayer thing or multi-user, and there's not a whole lot of multi-user software.
Yeah. I mean, there is, like, I could run the general ledger and you could run the general ledger, but neither of us are accountants, and we don't know what to do.
And honestly, a accounting practice at VCF is not necessarily fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's not exciting for anybody. We've got all sorts of, like, so this is on a Finch drive. We've got all sorts of, like, really usable stuff. So you've got RV menu, RR menu. Those are both specific applications. Amort, which is an amortization thing. GL menu is the general ledger. You've got some church stuff going on there. We've got ASmart, which is like a smart file merger, I think. Yeah, we went through and looked at like pretty much all of this, trying to find exciting, interesting stuff. You got a file, you got a sorter thing here, but that's a B file type. I don't remember what those are offhand. GLA sort down here. That's a general ledger sorting application. So it's just like, this is all super duper boring. You know. Activity? I wonder what activity does. I don't think I've ever run that.
It kind of makes you wonder, you know, if anyone ever wrote games for it. Like, you know, we found that blackjack game on the Lytton.
Some people did write some games. The CPU 5 has Lunar Lander on it. And there were some other games. We found some indications about some other games, but we never found the correct drive for those that came from the counterfeit system. Let's do activity. Let's see what that is. Activity codes to master file. Enter update membership activity transaction file. Print membership activity transaction file. Post transaction file to church membership file. Right.
And that's from the Micro Pro.
Yeah, the Micro Plus. So
Micro
that was
Plus.
a Finch only system. So it would have been a Finch with one floppy. Ooh, I'm about to. My battery's about to die on this game. That's fun. I charged it up. Why's my battery dying? Yeah, that's the Micro Plus, and it came from a church in Lakeland, Florida.
So we need people to write software.
Yeah.
Something
We got all the
multi-user.
information. Rin wrote a really good. So multiplayer Snake is built on what he calls the game OS, GOS. And it's like a really excellent foundation for if you want to start writing bare metal software for the Centurion. But nobody picked up the stick and ran with it. We may have to cut this stream a little early tonight because my mic is flashing red like it's about to die. I don't know why it's doing that, but I had it plugged in and charging before we came out, so yeah. I don't know. Here's the problem with the Centurion. It's like we're fully up booted into multi-user. Both Hawks are going, Finch is going, Floppy's going. Everything's working except for the Phoenix, and we're just like, what do we do? Even the printer works. We had the printer fired up a little earlier, and it was doing its job. Like, all right, we got all the hardware going. Now we're in a software.
Getting Interim Computer Museum's Centurion up and running just to see what software's on it is another thing.
We did an S.con, so yeah, there we go. I can do a select. We'll spin that drive down. And we'll spin that drive. Woo! You hear how loud that sounded? Mm-hmm. That's the rubber bumpers for when it pulls the voice coil all the way back. There's two little rubber bumpers inside of the voice coil that it hammers into
Yeah.
And I've replaced them, but I must have replaced them with something that wasn't very soft. Let's see here. How do I get out of this guy? Alt-Z. X, maybe? Alt-X. Yeah, exit to DOS. See, that's what I normally do.
Yeah, you just turn it off. It's a PC.
Yeah. That one's shut. That one's shut. We'll go off with you. Off with you. And I need.
Somehow reach the switch that's
Yeah,
back there.
I need my bottle of water again. Normally, I don't have my streaming laptop sitting on top of the. There we go. You hear the brake on the Finch? Because the heads land on the disc on the Finch. So they have a brake to clamp it down as fast as they can. Yeah. So as far as like projects for Twitch goes, the new office layout is honestly not very conducive to it, which is kind of a shame. So we need to think of something. I'll think of something once I get caught up on stuff. Because the jail is obviously going to get its own series, and the Bowman is going to continue on with its series. Now we could do stuff where like we just take random spectra of stuff on Twitch, but I would find that fascinating, but I think I would be the only person that finds that fascinating. The Centurion Phoenix stuff is, I mean, that's kind of what this episode's about, that we're filming. The PDP 1144, we could get it plugged in and fired up, but again, there's like not a whole lot of work to do on it.
Your mic's out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you're on the laptop, Mike.
Oh, did it? No, I think
It's picking up on the second one that I'm wearing.
Oh, okay.
We were just on opposite sides of the room.
Yeah, so that means I just got to hang out next to Rick more. Maybe I can get a little bit of charge into it. That's frustrating. That's like the second time that's happened to me where a mic didn't make it through to the end.
Is it the same mic?
So normally what I would do is if this had happened, I would just swap mics. So I would just take the second mic and then decommission the first one. But because we're both on two mics here, we're both using up the batteries pretty quick. I'm just gonna steal it from you.
Yeah, go.
And then you got to talk louder if you want to be heard. I'm more important. That's what I just said.
It is your stream.
Right. So on this end of the room, we've got the Bowman that's got its own series coming up. We've got the jail, and we could do some of the tedious stuff on the jail, like wheel it out and start organizing and essentially doing wire management on it, because the wiring on it is a friggin' nightmare right now, and that's just like very tedious.
Working too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got to get the HP plotter going for it too. So that's something that maybe we can bring in and start restoring. Because I got two of those. I got two really cool HP pin plotters that I'm hoping to plug into it, and that's where we'll get our spectra out. The NCR, I mean, it's going to be a video series, but I'm not sure when we're going to get to it. It's going to be a while. The LGB21 is obviously a video series. The Bendix G15, we can do stuff on it as long as it's not drum related. So all the drum related stuff on the Bendix is going to be videos, but like the simple stuff of like pulling the packs out and cleaning them and cataloging the packs and figuring out what the new layout is, and then like reverse engineering the weird networking setup that they have going on, which I think actually Thermal Dragon's done a ton of work on that. And I think we found like the original schematics and even a documentation for that. But like that stuff we can do not on camera, because it's like, if it's anything that I've already done on the previous G15, I'm not filming it again. Right. So like the primary things that are going to get filmed on the G15 are the repainting journey, because I think that's interesting information to get out there about how to do crinkle paint if you've got something that you can't put in an oven. And then obviously the drum journey. And there has been a pretty excellent development on the drum journey, because I was talking to Mr. Stolk, the guy that runs the lab that I got the jail from, and I was like, here's what I need to figure out on the drum. And he's like talking about the different machines that would be the right way to do it. And then he was just like, well, why don't we just film an episode here? And I was like, yes, let's do that. So I'm going to haul the drum up to him, and we're going to figure out exactly what everything on it is made out of, which I think is going to be epic. But it also moves up the timeline of when I'm working on the drum, because I was going to try and do some of that myself, but you know, that's going to take a year or more, right? Snow cones. I'm so glad that, like, Jesus, I'm standing straight in front of the camera, but not in a good way. Just like my back is in front of the camera. I'm so glad to hear that, like, you got into electrical engineering, man. It's awesome to hear that I was an inspiration, but also it's kind of terrifying because I am not an electrical engineer. But yeah, that's awesome that you got your first PCB delivered today and it works, man. That's great. Now you've got the bug. You're going to be doing that all the time, ordering PCBs like crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is terrifying. Like, this is a weird thing when people say that I've inspired them to get into electrical engineering. It's like really, it feels fantastic because I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing that I was inspiring to people. But also I'm like, I'm like as far from an electrical engineer as you could get. I tried to go through electrical engineering. I took 2 semesters of electrical engineering and I was bad at it, and then changed major over to language. And
well, I mean, I started as computer engineering and gave up on it when the math got hard.
Yeah, right. I think that's what everybody does. Yeah, so it was, yeah, electrical engineering is tough. I'm an IT guy, and I work for TMO. Okay. Yeah. Is that 50? I don't understand what that is. 50 watch points? 50 bits? What is the little thing that Info Endorifax did?
That's a cheer.
Okay. Well, thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub. That's awesome. Endorifax. What is a cheer? Is that? Is that just you spend like watch channel points or something like that? I don't know what a cheer is.
It uses bits.
I should really learn how to use Twitch.
But speaking of PCBs, we were talking where the Interim Computer Museum has a Centurion, and it has a different boot ROM. And when I pulled that chip out to take an image of it so that we could look at it, when I went to put it back in, one of the pins broke off.
Yeah. And
so we need to come up with a solution for that. So we're actually going to make a PCB probably this week and try it out here on the Centurion to adapt a 27 series EEPROM to the boot ROM. So we could do that. And that opens the door for writing our own custom ROMs to start the system. If we want.
Yeah. Because I want to write a ROM that has a memory monitor in it. So that way you don't need a diag card.
Right.
You can get to a memory monitor direct from the Bootstrap ROM. But that means that, like, you've only got, what is it, 256 bytes total for the Bootstrap? 512. So you have to write a Bootstrap and a memory monitor and stuff it into 512 bytes. And I got to the point where I've finished the assembly for the Bootstrap and the memory monitor, and it works. And I think even unoptimized, it was still under 512 bytes. So we got it.
Oh, nice.
We got it pretty tight. But it'll only boot a Hawk. It won't boot anything else.
Right.
And so and then your options are H0 through whatever number you put in, or T, which takes you into the TOS operating system. But I haven't burned that to a ROM. I should. That would be really interesting. We got to figure out how to scramble it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. I also need to double check.
And we know how to unscramble it.
I don't. Somebody else does. I never figured out how to unscramble those ROM files. Yeah.
Shares used bits. 1 Twitch bit is 1
Equals 1 cent. So 50 bits equals 50 cents. Well, thank you for the 50 cents, Endora Fox. I went from knowing the basics to making your own circuits on PCBs in a month or two. That's awesome. AI has helped. That is a loaded statement. There's some people that that conversation could go several different ways. I think AI is a double-edged sword. It's a blessing and a curse. And unfortunately, I think the cursed side is currently winning. So Eve Blog's interview with the inventor of the MOSFET was seriously amazing. Oh, I didn't realize that Dave Jones had done that recently. That's cool. I've never met Dave. It might be kind of interesting to meet that guy. He's a long ways away, though. Yep. Yeah, so as far as like what we're going to work on in here next week, I mean, we need to think of, I mean, there's probably multiple projects that we can work on. And like I said, we can go through and slide the G15 out and do the stuff that I don't need to film for it. Mm-hmm. Like pull all the packs out, clean them, catalog them, because I'm sure that the card layout on the G15 is going to be not very different, but different than the NC machine that we had. Mm-hmm. There's some other things like that Bausch and Lomb microscope over there needs some cleaning and readjusting, and just needs to be gone through. And then the microscope over here, we've discovered one of the reasons that I was having so much trouble finding focus on it is because it
might just be missing an objective lens.
Yeah, it might be missing an objective lens on the bottom. Yeah, snow cones, like using AI for basic questions is good. Like, particularly stuff that is easily provable like that. So, use how big of a resistor do I need for this, right? That's something that I think AI is good at. The problem that we've often run into with AI over on the Discord is that sometimes some users will lean on it a little heavily, and AI will contradict what the actual experts know about something. And so then, you end up in this dynamic of somebody used AI and they're saying, hey, AI said this. And then the expert's going, no, that's wrong. And then they're going, well, how do you know? And they're going, well, I worked there for 30 years. So this kind of, and I'm not trying to throw shade on anybody or blame anybody for this, but I think that kind of dynamic is something that we're going to see happening more and more and more as AI becomes more prolific. And it's going to be people going, well, AI said this, and AI is generally correct on a lot of things. And then there's going to be, somebody that goes, yeah, well, I have 45 years of experience in this field, and I'm telling you that's wrong. They're like, yeah, but why is the AI wrong? And now we're stuck in this situation where you have to prove a negative. Like you have to prove a statement that somebody has said. Like the burden of proof falls on somebody else, right? So if I say like, I'm the tallest man in the world, right? Like, everybody knows that's a lie, because clearly, you know, there's people that are taller than me. But if I like confidently say I'm the tallest man in the world, now the burden of proof is on everybody else to prove me wrong, right? And that is something that is easy to prove wrong. But now if I said, you know, the square root, that's not a good example. But like if I said something that was actually quite difficult to prove, like, you know, maybe I've restored an IBM 709, it's just not here right now, right? That's much harder to prove, right? And so now your choices are either to believe me or to talk to an expert that knows about 709s and then figure out the actual truth. And I think AI is in this situation where it'll say stuff that is mostly true, and then every once in a while it'll say something that is like a complete hallucination and a lie. And now the burden of proof has fallen on everybody else. Whereas previously, you know, the burden of proof would be like, you know, oh, I'm the richest man in the world. And they're like, I don't believe you, prove it. You know, the burden of proof is on the person that made the statement. And so if the burden of proof isn't on the person that made the statement because AI doesn't have that burden of proof, and, you know, people who are using it to gain information, then where does the burden of proof fall? On everybody else. And I think this is a difficult thing. And once we overcome that situation where we realize that AI is just a tool, and if tools are used correctly, they're incredibly powerful, and if tools are used incorrectly, they're less than useless. And once collectively humanity gets to that point with AI, I think AI will become an amazing tool. But I think the journey to collectively get to that point is going to be long and painful.
It's a pain for us. You know, I mean, I've gotten accused of being an AI in the articles I've written more times now. Over on Hackaday.
It's cats. Oh, you can't hear that. Oh, the cats are
Walking on the roof.
yeah, running around on the roof. Yeah, all right, I'm scrolling back up here. Trying to catch up. AI is that drunk dude you make good conversation with? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that. I mean, if you think of AI as the guy down at the pub that it tells great stories, but, you know, they're not necessarily true. That's pretty
The thing
accurate.
you're talking about with the burden of proof, some of the open source curl specifically, they've turned off bug bounties because people were just connecting AIs and submitting bugs that didn't exist and were total hallucinations, and it was wasting all the developers' times.
The Thor Drake, going back to the G15, you said it can do one flop of performance. I'm actually pretty certain that it can do quite a lot of floating point operations per second. I mean, the machine is inherently, the machine can do floating point. Like, intercom is floating point only, non-integer. So you can do floating point with it, and if you write it correctly, you can get probably multiple floating point operations per revolution. And the thing is spinning 1800 RPM per minute. So you can get, you know, I realize that Thor Drake, you just said that as a joke, like, you know, oh, the G15 can do one flop. But actually it can do like quite a lot of flops. It's not a super slow machine, man. Let's see here. I like tools. I use tools like Claude. This is getting late. And such, like a combination of Wikipedia and Google. A good place to start finding things, but not as an absolute source. So yeah, in DoorFox, I tried using Claude, and it didn't put the hyperlinks in the results it was giving me. And I was not a fan of that, because then I couldn't fact check it or fact check where it got its information from. But I will say that Claude was good to have a conversation with. I liked that I could tune it, because immediately it came back with the like that is an amazing, like all the hyperbolic speech that AI has been known for. And I was like, no, talk to me like you're an encyclopedia. And it was like, I can do that. And then it was a way better experience. I'm like, that's just kind of how you be. I like how I open with AI from now on. It's just like, no, talk to me like you're an encyclopedia, and they'll just tone it way down. I haven't used Copilot. I've used Gemini a little bit, just to as a way of curiosity of like, could I find information faster via Google or via Gemini or via a different search engine? And then like, how different are Google and Gemini from each other? It turns out not that much, like the Google search engine.
They basically, the search engine just feeds right into it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just kept running into problems where people would say, hey, go try AI for your job. And ask it about quantum computing, and it would come back with very, very wrong things.
Yeah.
Just too niche of an area.
Roy, your math is wrong. At one flop, if you pulled off one floating point operation per one revolution of the drum, that's not 30, that's 1,800 flops per minute. You're thinking 30 flops per second. Because that's what it's just like a standard AC synchronous motor that spins at 1,800 RPM, and it's a direct drive, no belt, no reduction gear or anything like that. So the drum spins at 1,800 RPM, which is 30 revolutions per second. Yeah, Copilot for software is interesting. It makes a vaguely nicer autocomplete. I've never used it. Like, man, they pushed the Super Bowl was hard to watch because every third commercial was for an AI something. It was Copilot. It was a Copilot commercial or a Grok commercial or something. It was all AI commercials, and they push it really hard. So it's, yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah, so there were a lot of Copilot commercials on there, but I've never actually used it within Office, which would be like using it in Excel or PowerPoint or something like that. Because I have an Office 365 subscription, even though I'm on Linux now, but I need one for work, or I needed one for work. I don't really do that job anymore, but Mickey still does, so we've still got the subscription for her. And I know that like if you've got Office 365, Copilot's built in, I think. But I'm just like, if there's no way it's going to be able to achieve the weird stuff that I need to do. But of course, like we've hit this spot where everybody thinks technical translation can be done by machine translation or AI. And so I'm not coming through that now, are we? Yeah. Yeah, so we've hit this weird situation where like technical translation should absolutely still be being done by a human, but it is increasingly not, which is a shame because it means that the quality of technical translation has dropped tremendously. Even though AI is very good at it, like oftentimes the technical translation that I would have to do at my old job was on systems that were brand new, right? I mean, that's the reason that I'm doing the translation, is that the engineering documents were read and written into product marketing guides by the Japanese staff. And then that Japanese was sent to me to translate into English for the product marketing guide that would go international. And so it was obvious, like it was all stuff that didn't exist. So you had to learn the new system and go from there. And I don't know if AI would be good at that, but it is what it is. AI so far still can't read program management user stories. So far my job is safe. Yeah, my job was already under threat in like 2015. they were already trying to push us to use machine translation tools. And despite our protest of being like, this is creating more work for us, like we specialize in fast, accurate technical translation, and by using your machine translation tools, now I'm having to do the translation and then correct what the incorrect translation is. So you've just added more work on top of everything that I've already done. But they pushed us really hard for it, and because that was the direction they wanted to run in, I guess. Copilot Chat is built into some subscriptions, but Microsoft 365 Copilot that integrates with Office as an add-on. Okay, well that would be why I never messed with it. It's a mess. That's I feel like an accurate description of Microsoft as a whole. How useful AI was for his CS stuff, yeah. As someone who got their start as a technical writer, writing technical documentation, quality of documentation for the products I supported went through the floor when they fired the native speakers and went to machine translation. Sounds like you and I had a very similar job in DoorFox. Yeah, as soon as they started pushing machine translation, the quality just plummeted. The issue is that, like, if you're not bilingual, you can't understand like good versus bad translation, and so you're dependent upon the people who are bilingual, which is the translators that you're paying. And so, like, inherently, the Japanese staff, we would go, "This is terrible," and they would go, "It looks fine to me."
Right.
And I'd go, "But it's not fine." And they go, "It looks fine to me, so it's fine." And I'm like, "But you don't speak English. Like, we're literally not speaking English right now." And like, yeah, it was super frustrating. Yeah, that's why most manuals are not good at all these days. Oh, Automod got you on that one, Taters Games. I read it. It's fine. I can see it, Taters Games. We'll let Automod deny it because don't rock the boat, I guess. But yeah, I got the joke, and that is why manuals suck these days. Oh yeah, I am. There we go. All right. I guess I might as well allow it. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah. So for the Bowman snow cones, one thing that I really want to test is capacitor smoke. So I want to like get a capacitor through like a cork or something into a vial, and then blow the capacitor up inside the vial, and then take a spectra of the smoke. I think that would be hilarious. But also, I think like a floppy disk. Like if you pull a floppy disk out, there some light passes through that. Not much, but some does. So I think it would be interesting to put, that in there. And I think we're probably going to need to push into the IR range to see what kind of IR pushes through a floppy disk. I think that could be interesting. Simple Green is obviously a big one that I'm going to test. Because sponsorship. Yeah, I know, right? I gotta earn that Simple Green sponsorship. So that's a big one that we're gonna do. I did recently pick up a vacuum pump for it. That's why I was up at talking to David Stoke yesterday at the Stoke Labs. Because I was getting a spare vacuum pump from him, and then I got a bunch of spare parts for the Auger. But yeah, so we're gonna get down into vacuum. Not related to vacuum, but astrophotography or the new GP over on the Discord is collecting parts to take lunar spectra or spectra of stars, which is hyper exciting. I am extremely amped up about that. But obviously, there's no need to go down to vacuum for that, because you have the entire Earth's atmosphere between you and whatever it is that you're pointed at. Bob, I don't think the Bowman can do IR Raman, which I do believe is reflection based. I'm not very good at this. you would think that I would have learned my way through this stuff by now. So I don't have any of the stuff to do that, but you can come in through the side port with a different type of detector to do different type of stuff. But yeah, it's not very good at reflective based spectroscopy. Yeah, I've asked Mike a bit about that, and he was like, "Nah, it's just stick with the stuff that you can shoot through." Yeah, so they do in the manual here, this guy here, I've got the FT Raman. I have no idea how you pronounce that. Ramen, like ramen noodles. Yeah, it says FT Raman overcomes fluorescence, and so. It's kind of like reflection, I guess. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have any of the stuff to do Raman spectroscopy though. So, we probably won't end up doing that. Which is kind of a shame, but also understandable. Yeah, snow cones, that is one thing that I need to do. I do have a 3D printer, but I don't know how to use the 3D printer. And so one of these days I'm going to haul it out here and sit down on Twitch stream and just have you guys walk me through how to use a 3D printer. Yeah, Thor Drake, it does sound like I'm saying like ramen noodle spectroscopy. Right. Oh, come on. What did I get stuck on? There we go. Yeah. All right, guys, I think I was up at like 5:30 this morning for no good reason whatsoever. So I think we're going to call it a night for the night, since we haven't destroyed anything, and we should probably stop before we do. So here we go. I'll point the camera at both of us. And Mxshift, thank you for joining us today.
Yep.
Thank you for helping us dig through that hard drive. That went like incredibly successfully, so I was super happy with that. Yeah. And despite the fact that you killed the stream midway through, I think it went really smooth.
Ups and downs.
Ups and downs. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next week when hopefully I've had more sleep.